Hello, everyone. This is Darcinovia. I am live. I'm just going to wait for my audience to, gather before I make some statements because it's very important that I do, considering some recent drama that's been going on, that I do need to make some things clear because I've been seeing certain things online and it's been pissing me off. I also have to acknowledge some mistakes I've made in the past few months. And so I'm just going to wait for my audience to gather up first because I don't want to have to tell people watch the beginning of the stream. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes before I get to the point that I actually want to talk about. Now, just going to answer look. What's up, Falcone? What's up, Party Comrade 1922? What's up, Max Bro 3.5? Now, I will have to apologize for delaying the stream because I had some shit going on in real life. And unlike these supposed leftists on the internet is not all I fucking do. It's not all I fucking care about. It's not all I fucking fixate my freaking shit on. I've been trying to focus more on going back to reading some books that I've read, years ago, going and reading some history, brushing up my communist, theory, because I think I am not qualified, in my opinion, to be talking about communism to the extent that I've been doing for the past year. And I feel like I need to step down a bit, read some theory before I actually actively talk about it. Because you have a lot of people that are talking nonsense online. You have a lot of clout chasers who aren't actually serious communists, who actually treat this ideology like it's a fucking hobby. And it's really pissing me off, honestly. Because the fascists are organizing. The fascists are getting stronger. The fascists are getting prepared for what's coming. And all I see is, especially online, a bunch of fucking children talking about nonsense, ranting about nonsense, starting quarrels over stupid shit. And that is the issue here. We have a lot of shit we have to deal with. I mean, the infighting I've been seeing for the past few months, I mean, for fuck's sake, we can't even go like 1 week without some stupid controversy. I mean, it's ridiculous. I know I'm going to piss off some Maoists here, but I don't give a shit because I'm just going to say this. I don't give a fuck if China's imperialist or if Russia's imperialist. I don't give a fuck if they're fucking imperialist. Why? Because it's not important. It's not relevant. We have a bigger enemy we have to fucking deal with. That is the United States. America is the biggest imperialist power in fucking history. You cannot whatever imperialism China and Russia has doesn't compare to American imperialism. American imperialism is fucking Nazism. There's like no difference between Nazism and American imperialism. Whatever China and Russia is doing, I just don't have enough information, and I just don't give a shit because there's a difference to what China is doing in Africa compared to what America is doing in Latin America. There's a huge fucking difference. The United States has been raping and pillaging the entire world for over a century. America has fucking been propping up fucking war criminals. America has been supporting fascist regimes all over the globe. America has been doing nothing but destroying country after country after country after country after country. Whatever China does is nowhere near as destructive. And anyone that actually says that China is as bad as the United States is fucking intellectually dishonest and doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. You cannot compare what America does to China. You just cannot. And I don't care to fucking just have that conversation because America is the biggest threat to the existence of the human species. I will investigate China further and I will elaborate further on, what I think. I don't give a fuck if China's imperialist or Russia because they're not my enemy. America is my enemy. I live on the North American continent. I have to deal with fascism, locally where I live at. I don't have to do that with China because I don't fucking live in China. And there's people who live in China who actually have been there, like Connor Gillis, who probably, I can't say for sure because I've investigated, who have valid critiques, on people who are anti-China on the left. They have valid arguments and we should fucking listen to them. We shouldn't disregard everything that Connor Gillis, says because, you may not agree if we're on China. I mean, we need to fucking listen to the people who actually been to China about China instead of fucking just completely ignoring them. I mean, it's ridiculous. I support Connor Gillis, honestly, in this whole situation. And anybody that gives Connor Gillis shit, stop it. Connor Gillis is real. She's been to China. She does real shit. And I will defend her. And anybody that actually, says anything dumb, shut the fuck up. I mean, seriously. Shut the fuck up. Honestly. Really. I don't get me wrong. For all my, Maoist and anarchist friends, I have no issues with you. I have none at all, but we need to sit back and stop being like a bunch of emotional children whatever China gets brought up. We got to be objective here. America is the worst fucking country when it comes to imperialism, and we just don't have all the facts on China. We should let the people who've actually lived in China, who actually been in the country, who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. Okay? It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not a China fan. I'm not standing for China. It's just I've been seeing this bullshit on social media for the past, few weeks, and I'm fucking tired of it. We're picking quarrels over shit that doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. China, this whole fucking situation, I don't give a fuck and neither should you. We should focus on what the imperialist core is doing, not what fucking China is doing. Because what the imperialist core is doing is fucking literal Nazism. We shouldn't fucking be so fixated on what China does. Whatever China is doing is nowhere near as bad as the United States. This isn't about whataboutism. I just don't care, and I'm sick and tired of seeing this childish nonsense on the internet. And, I'm okay. I'm not going to deal with you. Yes. Now, I'm not going to have any guest on this stream because this is too serious of a topic. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know. I have nothing against Maoists. I have nothing against anarchists. I have to reiterate this because some of the coolest people I've talked to, are Maoists and anarchists. Some of the coolest people. I have nothing but positive experience with Maoists and anarchists. But what I've been seeing lately, they've been acting very childish every time China is brought up. And we need to stop it. Stop it. Now, the one thing I need to bring up, because I've been seeing this as well. I'm sick and tired of every time, a fair-skinned leftist like myself, we fucking reject whiteness. We fucking say whiteness is bullshit. We fucking don't even believe in the concept. We fucking think white guilt is nothing but nonsense pushed by fucking ID poll and fucking, Nazis. We're fucking considered feds. We're considered fucking, SJWs, and we get shit from fucking people who should be our fucking friends, who should be our fucking comrades. Fucking fair-skinned people, I refuse to use the word white, who reject whiteness. We should be supported. You should fucking have our fucking backs. I mean, I fucking lost a lot of support because I rejected whiteness and do it openly. I get shit for it. And I think it's bullshit. How are we expected to eliminate white supremacy? How do we expect to eliminate the very concept of whiteness if people who are fair-skinned, who reject whiteness entirely, whether it's Irish Americans, Irish or Jews, we're just considered white anyway. It's bullshit. We need fucking people to have our fucking back instead of fucking giving us shit. It's bullshit. And it's just ridiculous. Freaking, there is no such thing as white guilt. White guilt is bullshit, and to imply that there's white guilt would mean you acknowledge the very existence of whiteness. Rejecting whiteness is not the same as white guilt. It isn't. And anybody that pushes this stupid, IP poll nonsense, this anti-Sakaiist bullshit about, we read a fucking book, we fucking feel guilty for being white. To be guilty to be white would imply that you acknowledge the legitimacy of whiteness. I don't acknowledge the legitimacy of whiteness. It's ridiculous. It fucking is ridiculous. I don't acknowledge it as legitimate. And as for the book Settlers, I would like to get into detail in the future about this book. I've thought about the book, over time. There's some serious problems with the book Settlers. But because you have some chauvinists on the fucking internet who fucking calls anybody that reads the book Settlers simply reading the goddamn book as a fucking liberal or a fucking ultra, your fucking opinion's invalid, even if you don't agree with most of the book's conclusions or most of the book's conclusions. And here's a fucking thing that's pissing me off. Can we stop using the fucking word ultra? Seriously? Can we really stop using the word ultra? Ultra has been used so fucking loosely now that it means as much as synthetic left and Nazi. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It really doesn't mean anything. It fucking doesn't mean anything. Now, I know I'm gonna bring this up right now, and it should be well known. But since I've gotten to this topic on, B level, I'm gonna make it no secret. I can't stand B level or Noah. But I would appreciate if the people that don't like them, if don't comment on their videos, don't even watch their videos, don't give them any clout. I mean, all we're doing is adding fuel to the fire. And as far as I'm concerned, leave them alone. We don't need to add more fuel to the fire. We have fucking more pressing issues to deal with right now than starting quarrels every fucking 5 minutes. We really do. Because, let's be real, people. The fascists are more organized than we are. They're more powerful than we are. They have more guns than we do. They're betterly trained than we are. The communists, I'm going to be honest here, most of us are fucking shit communists. Most of us are fucking shit communists. Most of us are a fucking joke compared to our predecessors in Russia and China. Like, instead of fucking talking about revolution and protected and all this other stuff, we should be focusing on an important thing that I think most of us have forgotten: discipline, militancy. I'm not going to discuss strategies because because of the government spying on us. But I'll just, say this. And I'll say this, really. Instead of fetishizing the Soviet Union and China in the Maoist era, we need to understand why these people were successful. I'm going to speak from more of the Soviet perspective because I am far more familiar with Soviet history than I am with China, even though it's not. I still have a lot of learning I got to do of Russia. Here's the thing. Stalin, let's just say the Bolsheviks, they were organized. They had an army of intellectuals. They had discipline in their armies. The Black Panthers in the States, they required you to be educated before you could hold a gun. That's how we need to approach building a movement in America. If we're actually serious about revolution or protracted people's war, for my Maoist friends, you're not ready for a protracted people's war. To make such a thing possible, we need to have a organized army that's actually disciplined and organized. As it stands right now, it would just take one fascist militia to wipe us all out. We're not even ready to fight to resist this fascist government. We're not even close to even have enough power to do such a thing. We would need to have a organized resistance, which we don't have. None of our leaders are disciplined enough to lead such a movement. We don't have that. We need to start from square one. We basically are at square one. Now, I'm still learning. As you all know, I'm still learning. I'm revisiting a lot of stuff that I have read years ago, and I'm reading stuff I overlooked because I didn't think it was important at the time. We have a lot of catching up we got to do. We need an army of basically intellectuals. We need an army of people that are highly disciplined. We are in no position to lead any movement. If we don't have a disciplined army, then we have nothing. And that's what's scary, honestly. Now, for those of you who know more about China, will probably have a different idea on how to build such a thing. But going by what I know of the Soviet Union and how the Bolsheviks, how they took power, how they overthrew the Tsar, we have to learn from the mistakes and the successes of past revolutionaries instead of fetishizing them like we've been doing. I mean, come on. It's cringe when you see people fetishize Stalin, Lenin, Che Guevara, Mao. Don't get me wrong. I think these were great figures of history, but we need to start actually learning what made them so successful. And I'm just frustrated with the state of the online left. I really am frustrated. I really am, frustrated because I just don't think a lot of these LARPers, I don't even think they fucking could see the bigger picture and how serious the situation that we are in. We are in a very serious situation. Climate change could kill us all. We are in the verge of another economic collapse. And I'm speaking from the American perspective here. And we're having these quarrels over whether China is socialist or not. Whatever, or if you have this 100% correct line on fucking Marxism, Leninism, Maoism, whatever you want to you know what? I'm just gonna say it and be real. None of these fucking labels matter at the end of the day. They really don't. What matters is how good of a Marxist you are. It doesn't, these labels of Maoism, Marxism, Leninism, third worldism, anarchism. I'm a third worldist, by the way, and I'm just saying this as how it is. None of that, these labels matter. What matters is education and discipline, and most of us lack both of these. Yeah. Now, I know it sounds like I'm preaching to the choir here. I know most of you here who are here, it's like, yeah, Dark Sinovia is throwing some truth bombs, but I shouldn't have to do this. There's people who are more qualified to do this. Honestly, there's people who are more qualified to actually talk about this. But I'm doing this because of this recent drama. Okay, I'm going to self-criticize regarding what happened, regarding you know who. I'm not going to mention his name. I probably should not have actually engaged with him because of my anger towards him. As for why, I'm not going to discuss it on a stream. That's between me and him. It's a private matter. We'll just leave it at that. No, okay. What else? Okay, what should I use then? I don't feel superior to anyone. I don't like to call myself white. I just use. What else do you want me? Irish? Okay, I call myself Irish. Okay, I just use fair skin as an example. I don't actually feel superior to anybody else. I think that's ridiculous. What else do you want me to do? Honestly, I don't feel superior to anybody, to any group. And as for Germans, this is the thing. Whiteness is a complex, thing we haven't discussed. Yeah, Germans did see themselves as superior to Slavs. They saw themselves as superior to Russians too. I mean, whiteness is a freaking, like all freaking ideologies of fascism, is very incoherent because it changes whatever it suits them. Irish weren't considered white 100 years ago. Neither were Italians. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if most of our ancestors, if you're of European descent, weren't considered white. Whiteness is very vague, honestly. Whiteness is an English invention. We shouldn't fucking acknowledge an invention by the English. And if you can find something better than fair skin, I'll use it. I just don't know what to say at this time. I just use fair skin because I don't know what fucking other label I can use. I reject whiteness. I don't want to use whiteness. Irish, okay, that's probably what I would prefer to call myself. Yeah. I agree. Indigenous women are a treasure to the culture of this place, a shining stone in a pile of shit. And one thing I'm gonna have to be real with you guys. Leftism today. I think he's a good guy, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He really doesn't. I welcome any good faith criticism on third worldism, but third worldism doesn't mean just doing nothing. Third worldism is revolution, resistance in the first world, resistance in the third. It doesn't mean we just like sit with our thumbs in our asses and like, hey, let's just let the people in the third world do all the work. No, we are supposed to do work too. Sabotage the first world by any means necessary. Weaken the imperial core enough so revolution in the third world is actually possible. I don't think anybody understands truly how much different the conditions are in the early 21st century compared to the early 20th century. England 100 years ago was the superpower of the, if you want to use that term, it would be better more calling it the sole empire. Yet England, you had France, all the European powers were the main dominators of the 20th century. But they weren't like the United States. They didn't have nukes. They didn't have the means to basically wipe out all life on Earth in a few minutes with a click of a button. That's the kind of enemy we have to deal with here. America is the most dangerous enemy that humanity has ever faced up until this point. And we have psychopaths who run this country who don't give a shit, who see us, the peasants, and want to kill us all. They would do it if they could. And we need to actually take this seriously. I just feel like communists, those who got into communism because of Bernie Sanders, are just treating this like it's some sort of fucking hobby. It's like, oh, I just read some Lenin, I read some Stalin, I read some Mao. I'm a fucking hardcore communist. I'm an expert. That's exactly what they fucking act like. I mean, God, Twitter communists fucking piss me off. I mean, if you want a fucking place where you're gonna fucking lose brain cells and probably get cancer from fucking for seeing such stupidity, it's gonna be fucking Twitter. I fucking hate communists on fucking Twitter. They're fucking cancer. They're fucking cringe. They are literal fucking cringe. I mean, Jesus. And you know what? The people that are actually doing real work, I can understand why they would look at these fucking people. It's like, God, these people are fucking nothing but fucking man children. Because let's be honest, the average fucking, communist on the fucking internet is a stupid fucking man child that doesn't actually understand fucking Marxism, Leninism, and fucking is not fucking qualified to even fucking talk about the subject. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking pissing me off. Okay, I'm going on a fucking tirade here. It's just, I am actually serious about getting shit done. I really want to see things actually start moving. I really would like to fucking see things start moving, and we're seeing freaking stupid quarrels over fucking nonsense. Yeah, it would. Yeah, if they killed us, it would bite into their profits. But don't. We can't deny that it hasn't crossed their mind that they wouldn't like to fucking just let us, as many of us, die as possible. Yeah, we need to support the indigenous liberation struggle. And you know what? What we don't see? We don't fucking see freaking people talk about indigenous fucking struggles at all. Most of these fucking supposed leftists. They're just fucking concerned about stupid shit. It's like, oh, look what this stupid rightist has said on social media. Oh my God, Steven Crowder said something racist. Oh my God, Ben Shapiro said something fucking transphobic. Oh my God, this guy said this. This guy said that. This person said this. This person said that. Oh my God, fucking Vosh. Fucking Vosh freaking said something really stupid again. It's like, oh my God, fucking Hawes, said something, whatever. It's like, who gives a shit? Who fucking gives a shit? This criticism can apply to me as well. I'm not going to lie. I'd be a hypocrite to say this doesn't apply. This cannot apply to me as well to some extent. It's like, seriously, get the fuck off the internet and read some goddamn theory, okay? That's what we need to fucking do. We need to fucking stop focusing on this stupid clout chasing shit and fucking actually fucking read. Because who the fuck are we to fucking talk about communism when we don't even understand it ourselves? Yes, we should, and we're in no fucking position to educate anyone if we're not educated on the subject. I would admit that I'm still learning. And at this time, I don't think I'm qualified to be teaching anyone on communism. I can give my own takes on certain subjects. I can do that, but I'm not a qualified teacher. Honestly. And I know. Learning can be stressful. Learning takes a lot of time. It can be tedious. I understand that. But we need to actually start educating ourselves. Focus on discipline. Because the enemy, who, like the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, and everybody else who is doing whatever they're doing, they're prepared. Their numbers are only growing. And the left are just not ready to deal with with a fascist uprising if it were to happen. It's scary just how freaking strong the fascists are. We're not even prepared for any disaster that could happen. I know the left in the United States is extremely weak right now, and it's something that we should, be taken seriously. Why is the left weak? Why is the left so weak? Why is the left not taken seriously? Well, instead of, calling everyone a fucking liberal that criticizes, the CPUSA or whatever, we need to actually understand, why aren't communists taken seriously in the United States? We need, if we don't even understand what the masses, how they actually think or how they actually are, then we're in no position to basically say out of the movement into the masses. If the average communist doesn't even understand the masses of this country. I mean, seriously. And I know I'm just speaking to the choir, and nothing I say is original. Everybody, anything I say, anybody else could be saying this. I'm nobody special. What I'm doing, I'm just doing one of the easiest things to do. Use a computer, use my mic, and say, yeah, whatever I'm saying on my mind. In fact, Let's Talk Stream is just, I should have named it something else, but I wasn't sure at the time what I'm going to talk about. Honestly. Sorry if this got, ranty. I apologize, everybody, about this getting ranty. It's just, I had to get this off my chest. I had to say things how they are. And honestly, I'm just really worried about the state of the world right now. I really am worried, considering we're literally on the verge of the sixth mass extinction, the rise of global fascism, a pandemic, one of the worst pandemics in the past 100 years. And here we are on the internet, like children, having quarrels over the stupidest nonsense. Like China, whether China is socialist, whether Russia is imperialist or whatever, kinds of irrelevant nonsense. It's like, this is the state of the online left right now. We're not ready for what is to come, and that's what scares me. I can't say anymore because I've run out of things to say. The online left, anybody who's watching this who gets offended, I don't care. It needs to be said. Stop LARPing. Get off the fucking internet. Read some goddamn theory. Learn discipline. Do something. Anything besides saying a bunch of stupid shit on fucking Twitter or whatever you fucking like to do. Because right now, the fascists are getting strong. They're stronger than they always fucking. They're the strongest they've ever have been, and honestly, that is a scary fucking thing. It really is. It really is a scary fucking thing. Just how powerful these people are right now. Fascism is being promoted on Fox News, which is a mainstream news source, and CNN. Fascism. If look in your local area. If you're in America, look in your local area, and see how people have been acting for the past year. Look at how social workers have been acting. Look at how fucking just going to a fucking place to get medication. I'm not speaking for myself, but what I've been hearing from people that I've talked to, that there's fucking cops everywhere in places that they don't even need to be. I mean, just look where you live. If you don't believe me that fascism is like becoming more and more open in America, just look in your local area. I mean, just look. Anybody that is able to go outside, go to your local town or whatever you live at. Look at the state of it. Look at how many cops there are compared, and think about how many cops were there a year ago or 2 years ago. Now, I cannot say for my Canadian comrades because things are different in Canada, but in America, where I live at, it is very scary. There was a lot of cops, where I live, last year and 2 years before that, but there's even more. There isn't a single place I can go to without seeing a cop car now. There isn't a single place. Just looking some comments. Oh, yeah, I agree. Now, there's other things I'd like to say, but I cannot say it on a stream because we shouldn't be telling our fucking enemies what we have planned. So I'm not going to say any more regarding what we should do. Yeah, it's really scary. Well, there are fascists everywhere. And honestly, but depending on where you live, it's more subtle than others. I mean, the work environment I work at right now is very tense right now. I'm not going to say any more because I'm not going to dox myself, but I've been seeing this happening for the past year, that things are so bad, I don't feel safe. I didn't see that, actually. Anyway, I pretty much said everything I have to say. Honestly, I know some people, the people who are normally watch my channel, are more used to doing some fun stuff, but the internet drama that happened, recently, it forced me to actually turn this into a serious stream. Anyway, look after your comrades, everybody. Look after your friends. Look after your family. Things are going to get really bad. And For those of you who aren't happy what I have to say, I'm sorry. I've said this a few minutes ago, but I'll say it one last time. Get off the internet, read some fucking theory, and learn some discipline. And yeah. Anyway, red salute. See you guys next time, hopefully with something a little bit more fun. Thank you.